FBI, you might want to stay out of this, all right, sir? Excuse me, sir. Ma'am, please, back off. All right, I need 8 double tall.
Welcome to another episode of the Market Value Chart Show right here at 6 Scale Cantina. And listen, if you don't know who I am the Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington, and I'll be serving up all the Star Wars Hot Toys talk, along with a full panel of me and all of you, because it's live and raw. But you have to wonder, is it possible that this is a very, very special live and raw? And I say, yes. Look, we're going to be having Fabio join us in a little bit at the top of the hour, and we're going to be having Metamorphic Customs and Dante, the Man of Hot Collectibles, a little bit later in the show as well. So a little bit of a special live and raw, but at least with the first part, it's the Dark Jedi and all of you, my friends. Come on. And guess what? I think it's Monday Night Raw. So what you gonna do when Dark Jedi Aries runs wild on you? What you gonna do? Come on. Come on. What is going on? I feel like my headphones are gonna come off my head. Ah, that feels better. Now I can bop around and move around. 50 in here already? Are you kidding me? Woo, man, what a week we had last week for Star Wars. And I think we're going to have a very similar week this week and next week for sure when it comes to the Book of Boba Fett. But anyway, look, let's go ahead and say hi to whoever's in here. Come on. Well, listen, we got to serve the first customer. You know, we had Sandra Bullock there, okay? She cut in front of all of you. She cut in front of Grogu. How the heck did she cut in front of the Emperor? I have no darn idea. But we got to serve this little guy first. Come on. Yeah. And in case you didn't think I had a brewing, who wants it? What table are you at? Let me know what table you're at. Let me know the ticket you put in, your order, baby. I've got decaf. I've got regular. I'm going to be serving it all up. And listen, I've got the 6 Scale Cantina mugs right here, baby. Right here. All you got to do is believe. But besides that, all you got to do is just go to 6scalecantina.com. And when you go to 6scalecantina.com, look right to the right of this part of my face. Like right there. Look, I'm pointing at it right there. If you're interested in this mug, you can go ahead, click on that, and you can get yourself one 11 ounce or 15 ounce. I need really like a freaking 20 or 32 ounce one. Come on. Come on. Let's go ahead and say hi to everybody who's in here. It is live and raw. And come on, where is it? Ladies Man is in here. Ladies Man, 7/27, May 4th, 2022 predictions. Already, Ladies Man? Come on. I love your avatar. But you have heard of me. Barrett is in the house. I take a refill at table 3, my friend. Already? Holy crap. And look, Grogu needs one too. Come on. Come on. H Green, hello to you too. Welcome in here, my friend. Fad Gadget is in the house. Absolutely. Paul Morales, hello, everybody. Welcome in here, Paul. Valiant Archer in here. Good evening, folks. Good evening to you. Will Six is at table 6, right next or right across or right behind Popsic and Aries. And Popsic, well, no, Aries is here. Popsic and Grogu. The Thor 2941. Awesome, Aries. What's up, brother? You know, just another happy week in the neighborhood. Come on. CT 603, Star Wars Instagram, Book of Boba Fett announcement, and a happy birthday to Sam Jackson with a cryptic message. Must read. Look, we're going to get into some of this stuff for sure. Come on, 66. You're at table 66. Listen, table 66 is dangerous. Why aren't you sitting at table 5? With that little guy right there. You know, you have someone talking about Mace, but you're sitting at table 66. That's kind of like, that's a different vibe, baby. That's this right here.
In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest, Chancellor.
Are you threatening me, Master Jedi?
The Senate will decide your fate.
I am the Senate.
Not yet.
I think the Dark Jedi needs a seat at table 66 because there are some things with that scene that I want. Do you feel me? Can you smell what the Dark Jedi is cooking? Come on. It's a Monday Night Raw. Now I'm getting fired up. You're all getting me fired up. Diablo Fett in here. What's going on? 6 scale Central. Here we go, Aries. Serve it up. What table you at, Central? We pour it all up. Decaf, regular. Do you want Tauntaun milk? Do you want EZ's buttermilk beer or buttermilk? Louis Labitz, what's going on? What's you going to do, brother? I'm going to spill a lot of coffee. My friend, because what we're going to get into today is absolutely insane. First thing is we have got so much secondary market news. And I want to touch on that with Fabio. And I love doing that with Fabio because Fabio's been collecting such a long time. He has just about every figure there is. He's got such a massive collection, almost 900 now, pushing that. We can get his perspective on some of this stuff I'm going to show you. But listen, baby, what you're going to do with a little bit later in the show, once we get Desy, once we get Man of Hot Collectibles in here as well, there are some interesting rumors and tidbits going on. I am telling you, Separatist in the house, what is going on? Beskar kids, the hype is real. You ain't kidding, brother. You ain't kidding. Popsic, Grogu and myself need a refill on table 5. My goodness, Grogu can drink, baby. He could drink a ton. That little guy. Ay. Let's keep going. Eric, what's up, Eric? What's going on? 6 scale Central, also at table 66. Very, very dangerous. It's very dangerous at table 66. You got to make sure this doesn't happen. Yeah, I mean, you just got to make sure. Anyway, let's keep going. Hulk 88, what's going on, Hulk? Come on, be real. Coffee. You got it, my friend. Coming right up for you. What table are you at, Be Real? Don't tell me you're also. Tell me you're on table 5 with Popsic and Grogu. Do not tell me, Be Real, that you're at table 66. We can't have any more at table 66.
Good, Anakin, good. Good.
I mean, we just can't. It's too dangerous. Night of Ren, what's up? Let's talk some hot toys. We're going to talk hot toys. We're going to talk Star Wars hot toys. We're going to talk probabilities. We're going to talk possibilities. We're going to talk locks. We're going to talk Book of Boba Fett. There's going to be some things coming at you this week and the next week that are going to make you spill your coffee all over the place, baby. Come on. Yeah. I hear you, ladies, man. Look, I've been hearing this and the rumors beforehand from the rumors I was gathering, I knew they were going to do this. But I'm telling you right now, is it possible? We're going to get into it a little bit later. Come on, Fat Gadget. What is going on? And if I miss you in here, I'll put you up. Just keep chatting. Remember, it's just lowly old me right now on all the controls. I'm setting the controls for the heart of the sun. Some of you let me know if you knew where I was, if you knew what I meant by that. I'm setting the controls for the heart of the sun. Come on! Maybe I'm too old. Brandon, what is going on, my friend? This Wednesday, Book of Boba is going to crank up the force big time. You have to wonder. And let me tell you, the secondary market is cranked up big time. Cranked up big time, my friend. And we are going to be getting into that. Did you all see the biggest movers on my Facebook? I mean, I'll just scroll down to it a little bit. I'm still saying hi. But freaking, I mean, just look at those. Just to my right. Just look at that. And look at freaking R2D2. Are you kidding me? Anyway, babe, let's continue to say hi. Ashley's in the house. Ashley, what is going on, girl? Good to have you in here. OG fan, Aries, let's go, Wizard. Well, you have to wonder. Look, the Hot Toys Wizard has been showing up a lot. I think the Hot Toys Wizard is sensing a lot. He's giving me a lot of information, or sometimes it's she giving me a lot of information, or sometimes it's it giving me a lot of information. So you have to wonder if there's going to be some type of interruption today. I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, it's a Chinese New Year tomorrow. You would think the Hot Toys Wizard is just going to be off tonight and not show up. I don't know. Should I make that prediction? I have no idea. What's up, Best Car Kid? The collector number one. Can't catch the live show, out to dinner, but we'll watch the replay. Come on, baby. Louis Labitz, what is going on? Let me continue to scroll down over here. And Ashley with the $7.99 bomb. Where are the Hot Toys, baby? You have to wonder, Ashley, where are the Hot Toys? Now, where is my Boba Fett 2-pack, which I'm still waiting for because I ordered it from Sideshow? Where is Ahsoka? Clone Wars Ball, well, that ain't going to come till the spring anyway, but Ahsoka should have been out. Is it possible that anything could happen tonight? Chinese New Year at midnight. It looks like we're going to be waiting a while. Where are the Hot Toys, baby? Ashley. Let me tell you something, Ashley. Let me tell you something. At least last week, with that Cosca Reeves, with that Cosca Reeves and Axe drop, absolutely unbelievable. It blew me out of the way. It doesn't appear anything could happen. I mean, is it possible? Maybe the stroke before midnight tonight, they could drop something. I don't know. An announcement. It wouldn't be a figure. It wouldn't be a release. Maybe they could put one thing on their page, an announcement. I don't know. That's it. And goodbye. It's possible. I doubt it, but you never know. You never know. You never know with Hot Toys. 105 in here. Please go ahead and smash that like button. It is Aries, live and raw. Come on. Actually, we're going to get into that with Fabio. We're going to get into that with Dante. We're going to get into that with Desy. We're going to see. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think in there. Hawk Wars toys. Hawk Wars, you tell me. Ray is in here. What's better than dirty water, coffee, and the Dark Jedi? Come on. Ray, tell me in there. You've been in this a long time, Ray. Could Hot Toys is going on holiday. It's a Chinese New Year. Could they at least put an announcement on before midnight on their Facebook page? Could they do that? You tell me. I don't know. I don't know, but good to have you in here, Mr. Hawk Wars. Riley's reviews. Xavier's in the house. What's up, Aries? Pour me some. Here it comes, baby. Here it comes. Listen, I love Live and Raw because already he needs a refill already. Goodness gracious, I cannot believe that this little guy needs one already. Come on. Anyway, okay. We're stocked up tonight. Gonzalo, please, Aries. A Pisca Sour for table red 5. Table red 5. You got it, baby. Coming right up. Ladies Man 77 says Aries, Rams, or Bengals. Who's going to win? And I say Bengals for Kiko Collects. I say Bengals for Kiko Collects because Kiko is a Bengals fan. So we have to root for the Bengals for Kiko. Come on. Let's replay Kiko's interruption.
This is an emergency interruption from the Hot Toys Wizard, and as you can see, I've taken on the astral form of none other than Kiko Collects. But you have to wonder, will I be serving up some generous portions of prophecies as juicy as a Jedi holocron for 2022? And I say yes. For Kiko Collects, this is the Hot Toys Wizard, and you're watching 6 Scale Cantina.
Go Bengals for Kiko. Go Bengals for Kiko. Listen, and I'm a diehard Stillers fan, baby. And you know what I'm talking about when I say Stillers. So he's lucky he's not a freaking Ravens fan or a Browns fan, or especially a Ravens fan. But anyway, good luck to him. Come on. Come on. Spice Runner says, press the buttons, Aries. Press all the buttons. Listen, and as I'm doing that, press the like button, baby. Listen, come on. We got 114 in here already. Oh, ladies, man, you're saying Kira and a Han Solo 2-pack. Oh. Mitzplick, pump that Star Wars figure market, baby. I'm going to pump it up because there's a lot to talk about. Fat Batman just opened my first Star Wars Hot Toys figure. Boba Fett 40th anniversary vintage color. Let me tell you something. You have to wonder, Fat Batman, is the vintage color Boba Fett one of the figures that I'm going to be speaking of with Fabio? Because you could look right here on my screen and see him right below the heavy infantry Mandalorian. And this figure right now is absolutely off the charts. The midi-chlorian count in vintage color Boba Fett armor is absolute insanity. And I've warned before that this figure was absolutely 1,000% going to hit the levels of where the animated Fett was. And sure enough, here it starts getting there. It's going to be very interesting to see. We're going to get into it in a minute. But continuing to say hi to everybody over here. OG fan when Star Wars was just Star Wars. The odds for successfully navigating a Han Solo Hot Toys release is 3,720 to 1. Never tell him the odds. All right, this is for you, my friend. This is for you, OG, because you had to say that.
Oh, yeah? Watch this.
Watch this later in the show, baby. Later in the show. Big dog pound. Woo! Come on. Alexandros, can we see the wizard take over one of the San Pedro Harbor employees so we can peek inside them containers? You have to wonder. Quinn, Pink Floyd. He got it. He got it. He got it, Quinn. When you set the controls for the Heart of the Sun. And who's the lyricist of the singer for that one? Roger Waters. Roger Waters, come on. All right. Paul Morales, what's going on? Single songwriter is in here. P-Rock, what's going on? Good to have P-Rock in here. Lane Kramer, so Aries. With Book of Boba, since we only had 2 episodes left of the series, who would you like to see more show up, Bosk or Cobb Vanth? That's like asking me something very interesting. Do I want mashed potatoes or do I want chocolate chip cookies? Do I want chocolate cake or do I want the prime rib? It's a very, very interesting question. Do I want the wizard juice or do I want 6-scale cantina coffee? Do I want a potato or do I want a potato? All I'm going to say to you, Lane, you have to wonder. Come on. Let's keep going down over here. Welcome, everybody who's in here. This is Live and Raw. And in case you don't know who I am because you're coming in late, I am the Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington, and I'll be serving up all the Star Wars Hot Toys talk, along with a full panel of you and some very special guests. We got Fabio coming up here any minute, in a few minutes at the top of the hour. What's up, Josh Pence? I feel like we're going to get a dump of Hot Toys on us after the Chinese New Year. LOL. Well, we're obviously, hopefully, going to get that Ahsoka. I'm wondering if we're going to get the figures that we're not expecting. Because, Josh, I mean, it's very interesting we didn't get Ahsoka now. And if it's a problem, I don't know. We're going to get into it a little bit. We're going to get into that with the Man of Hot Collectibles and Desy and Fabio a little bit later in the show. It's very, very interesting indeed. What's going on, Quinn? Welcome in here. H. Green, Van City, what's up to you as well, my man? Are you kidding me, Popsic? Are you kidding me? All right, I need my minions. Can you serve this little guy up again, please? Popsic. All right, now you got me in the mood to pay this.
I'm Boba Fett. I'm here to see the mayor.
Boba Fett. Do you have an appointment?
My brother-in-law and I were kind of losing our crap on that. Freaking Boba Fett. Do you have an appointment? Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's continue to go on. Star Killer. Hey, Aries. They call him the Wizard. Do they call who the Wizard?
They call him the Wizard.
Ram, says OG fan. They may need the help of Boba Fett. You know, if the Rams caught, you know, if the Rams, if they have an assistant coach that comes out against the Bengals and go, I am Boba Fett. Maybe the Bengals will go scurry on home. Come on. Oh my goodness, that is some funny crap. Come on. I'm still scrolling down with everybody in here. My goodness gracious, all these. Okay, here we go. Ralph Flowers, David Gilmour. Oh, David Gilmour. I love David Gilmour. Come on. David Gilmour, Roger Waters, Richard Wright, Nick Mason, and of course, Sid Barrett beforehand. I still mourn the loss of Richard Wright and Sid Barrett, Ralph. I still mourn the loss. But can the three of them, is it possible that Waters, Gilmour, and Mason can do something? Just a few shows. Come on. The Rolling Stones did it at an older age. Is it possible? And I say, yes. I think they're going to have one little special thing, just like they did at that, what is it, that festival 2008? Remember that? I lost my crap with that, Ralph. Anyway, we're not going to get into all Pink Floyd there, but I loved it. I freaking loved it. Anyway, goodness gracious, let's continue to go down. Ashley goes, please stop calling me a she. Well, listen, okay there, baby. I won't stop calling you she. We will call you a he, Ashley. Come on. Give this old guy a break. I think I need a refill, too. Philip the Fool, it worked. It worked. What's up, everyone? Philip the Fool, you were having some trouble trying to go ahead and post it here. I recommended that you create a different freaking screen name, so I'm glad you could participate in that. Come on. And is it possible right now we're going to get an interruption from the Hot Toys Wizard? Better yet, it's Fabio.
What's up, man?
What's going on there, brother?
What are you doing? What's going on?
Just spilling coffee with everybody in here. Look, I said come in a half hour later. I'm still not done freaking saying hi to.
Go ahead, take your time. I'll be
Yeah.
back. Let me go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
I know, stay here. There, don't go. Collector Chris wants us to drop the wizard clip. Yeah, we got so many wizard clips to drop. What wizard clip do you want to drop? Like I can't tell. Do you want a prior one? I don't know, Fabio. I feel like it's the Chinese New Year at midnight. I feel like the Hot Toys wizard may be on vacation for a month. What do you think? I don't know. Do you think it's gonna be on vacation?
I don't think so. The wizard does not take any days off. Remember that.
Yeah, it does not take any days off. That's a damn good point. Listen, man, how the heck are you?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me tonight.
Busy day. I know for me it's crazy. I love doing this though. I love doing this. Will C is in here, dude. I love that scene. So hilarious. I love that scene too. I played the one where they're asking Boba Fett if he had an appointment. I mean, what the heck, dude? Come on. Uncommon Flex is in the house. Aries, I moved to table 5. I'll take a pot of regular. Dude, freaking Fabio, freaking Grogu, and everybody at table 5. At least people stop with table 6. Here you go. I'll fill this guy up while you're at it. Come on.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's freaking crazy in here in the cantina. Popsick with the $5 drop. 1/6 Bantha when Aries. Wow, Fabs is on time. Impressive. He was right on time. Dude, I don't know where you get this rap that you're
Thank you.
You've
Thank
never
you.
been late to my show.
It's Dante lying as usual, and people eat it right up.
We'll be able to give him crap later in this show for sure. 1/6 Bantha when Aries. Fabio, why don't you answer Popsick? 1/6 Bantha?
Well, we got
He's
the
right.
blurg. We got the blurg, so there's a chance, and now you have an attachment to the Bantha, believe it or not. So it's a high chance that we could get one.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like as popular as the Mandalorian is, I don't know how popular the blurg is. I feel like the Bantha would sell better, don't you?
Yes, but you're still gonna have the people who really want a blurg because of it's just a brand new vehicle. So definitely. But no, they would both sell very well.
I decided I was going to get I want to get the blurg with Quill. I mean, because I'm going to get Quill anyway. So I'm like, you know what? That'd be a great freaking display piece. And I actually, because I was thinking about it, like, why am I not getting that since I'm getting Quill? Because there's no doubt I'm getting him. And I got a great space. I'm kind of looking at the corner of my eye, right in the middle of a curio with cold lip that I kind of did up. It would fit perfectly in there. It's got the height, it's got the light, it's got the depth, the girth. I think it'll look great. Ashley goes, "You rock, Aries. You rock too, dude. Come on." Brandon's in here. MD Max Geekta with the haha. Come on. All right, listen. Well, welcome everybody in here. 140 in here for the Aries is live and raw. Very special live and raw. We've got Fabio in the house. We're going to talk some crazy, insane stuff and get Fabio's perspective on what's going on with the secondary market, because it is a little bit crazy right now. And let's go to the first thing, Fabio. So I'm going to share my screen and check out the biggest movers section. And one thing I'm going to point out over here, let's go to R2. You see R2-D2, Rey, and heavy infantry Mandalorian on the top rows. So the first thing I'm going to do, Fabio, is I'm going to go to the first figure, the first listing I want to point out to you. Pulling this up onto the screen. And you can see right here, just back from yesterday, at 1:46 p.m., $501 with 26 bids. Outstanding seller, selling collection 29, over 1,800, 100% positive feedback. It's in the U.S., it's in Virginia, not including the $15 in shipping. Wow. And let's go to another one. Let's go to another one with R2. and pulling this up onto the screen, you can see right here, also back from January 30th, $507 with 33 bids. Another outstanding seller near 700 feedback. This one with free shipping, from Colorado. And to be honest with you, when we go to the market value chart at 6scalecantina.com, and listen, for everyone who's watching, if you don't have 6scalecantina.com bookmarked, you may want to consider doing so. It has not only the biggest movers I've been showing on the screen, but also the market value chart for all Star Wars Hot Toys figures within the secondary market. It also has all the Star Wars figures on pre-order and announced as well, listed in here. But, going ahead and pulling in here R2, and all you got to do is type in R2 in the market value chart, and the little guy will come up. And I'm putting that in here right now and seeing that. And let me try and do it this way, actually. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to show you the price here. R2-D2 Original Trilogy. And I got it highlighted. I put it right in the middle of the screen. MMS 511. $487 and trending up. Fabio. $13 away from hitting the $500 tier range. And what's real interesting to me is I'm seeing the Force Awakens one creep up over these last several months. And I've been seeing this OT one creep up for, a vast majority of last year. In your perspective, what do you think is making this particular figure hit such high numbers? And I'm showing you 2 auctions right there with an astronomical amount of bids. What is causing this with R2?
Well, it could be multiple things. Number one, you have new collectors looking into these things. So that'll, shoot up the price right there. Just that alone. People who don't really understand the game, people who don't really know that there are, reissues coming, stuff like that. So that could be one thing. Another thing is, people are desperate for an R2. You know what I mean? We keep talking about, reissue here, reissue there, but we don't know. We haven't gotten a C3PO ever. So people are like, you know what? Screw it. Let me just get it. If, I could sell it and make some money back if I decide to sell it down the line. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's a lot of things that affect those prices, specifically right now with the shows, because people see, oh my God, I really want to collect. I really want to get this line together. I really want the OT, figures. So everything combined is just creating this boom with these prices.
Yeah, and with 140 in here, please go ahead and smash that like button. It is Aries is live and raw. We're going over some crazy secondary market trends right now with my friend Fabio in the house from Fab's Figures. Subscribe to Fabio. I've got the link to Fab's Figures, one of the greatest collection in 6 scale figures in the video description below. And 6 scale Mafia in the house. Hey, my friends, damn, I need an R2. Come on. Did we get Mafia to 1,000 yet? Let's go. Subscribe to Mafia with 143 in here. Come on, baby. He's close. He's really, really close now, right Anthony.
Guys, go subscribe.
Go subscribe. Listen, we got 144 in here. Type in 6 scale Mafia. Go to his channel. Just hit subscribe. There you go. Look, he needs an R2. My whole thing on the R2 situation, I think you hit something on the head. I feel like there's a little bit of a panic button. Like, what are we going to display? I'm getting the R2. I'm getting the Luke and Grogu. I'm getting the chrome-plated Mandalorian. I want to set up the finale scene. If you're going to spend that kind of money, you might as well spend a little bit cheaper on the Force Awakens R2. Get an R2. You could get the R2, to be quite frank with you, from Sideshow to fill in that little space. In the meantime, but to be quite honest, Fabio, is it possible that Hot Toys will not release an R2?
Is it possible? No, it's not possible. They're coming out. They have to release something. They have to give us something. They need to just completely die down and stop making R2s and C3POs. Like they obviously they haven't made a C3PO yet, but they have to at some point give us that. And 100% guaranteed whether it's some type of new style, new design, added new accessories, new something, we have to get another R2. But again, what you see with these people on eBay is also bragging rights. That's the hot one. You know what I mean? That's the expensive one. That's the pricey one. So, somebody gets it, they're immediately going to take pictures of it. Look what I just picked up today. And that's part of the hobby too. People like bragging about it. So they'll spend the money to brag about the item.
Yeah, and you're right. They do that. And the interesting thing here, I actually think though with this figure, when they release, because I agree with you, is it possible that they're not going to come out with another R2? And we say, no, it's not possible. They're 1000% going to be coming out with that figure. And when you look at this one right here that I have up on the biggest movers section, Fabio, it comes with a lot of amenities. And I don't think that the one that they're going to release for The Mandalorian Season 2 is going to come with all of this, to be quite honest with you. I think it's going to come with a Grogu or two. What say you?
Well, like I said, I don't know if they're going to give you exactly. I mean, even though R2 is supposed to have all these accessories, obviously that's where we get them. But I feel like if it wasn't shown on the show, you're not going to get it. You're only going to get whatever was seen on the show. And if Hot Toys, wants to make it that much more interesting for people to buy, they'll give you a special edition, accessory little extra area with the accessories from the original R2. So that could be a possibility as well.
Yeah. Do you see that this right here with it going up, when they come out with another R2, which they will, and I think they're going to come out with multiple of them, if they don't come out with these type of accessories and a specific OT version, do you see this one staying? It's going to hit over the $500 tier range. I believe it's going to. Although I think we're going to get an announcement here very, 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 very soon. Do you think that it will stay there with these releases, or do you think that this one will come down?
Well, again, we've talked about how, people in the hobby do these things. Like a lot of people, because they get so pricey, they'll just completely forget about that item altogether and get the reissue, even though, or just get the newer one, even though it's not the same exact item. So it'll stay high, but it won't keep climbing because it'll die down due to the new, the new hype of the new one. So I don't think it'll keep going above if a new one is released. That'll completely come to a dead stop until the hype from the new one is done. And then, if people start looking at this for whatever reason, then it'll keep climbing. But if something new comes out, absolutely not.
All right. So last perspective on this, you've been in this game a long time. Are they going to straight out reissue this for the Mandalorian, or no way?
Absolutely not. There is no way, because it'll. So for example, let's say somebody doesn't have this one, right? There's no reason for somebody to get this one if the Mandalorian is going to be the exact same thing. And like I said, it can't be the exact same thing because it's two completely different figures and two completely different, places, companies, worlds. So absolutely not a 100% reissue at all. And don't forget, you're going to have the Mandalorian, what is it, the TMS logo on it rather than, MMS too. So,
and that's a good point. And the Big Daddy 64 says here, would be nice for a 3PO and R2 pack. I've heard some comments, Fabio, with people telling me, well, I really don't want the Mandalorian version because that makes me afraid that we're not going to get the 3PO and R2D2 pack. I feel like that they should rest their fears, because I think that whether it's for the 50th anniversary of Star Wars, or even for Return of the Jedi, or for something else, they're eventually going to give us, I believe, what I think is the ultimate 2-pack. And I say that because I think in Star Wars, they're the ultimate duo. I think that they are the first original duo, 3PO and R2, R2 and 3PO. I don't see a scenario where they never do this unless they go out of business. What say you?
I have a feeling that eventually, and it's going to be for a big anniversary of theirs, I believe. And if we're getting that double pack, it 100% has to be a DX. I feel like they deserve it, specifically, the fact that it'll be a first C3PO, so 100% has to be a DX edition for that.
Ashley puts in here, who's hyped for the Batman? I am. I'm hyped for that new one, baby. I really am. And Hawk Wars, Ray says, plus with the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, they need and will be dropped. Yeah, I mean, 50th anniversary 2-pack? Yeah.
So
all right,
like a big anniversary like that, something like that. That's
and I can't skip on that. With that label on there, with that label, that tag, my friend, I have to get that. That's going to be pivotal for my collection. And just the legacy of those two characters. All right. I was wondering if the holiday season, where certain people need to move things, and sometimes you can find deals, if this Ray was going to suffer a little bit. And let me bring you some data here, my friend. And pulling this up onto the screen. And you could see back over here, just back from yesterday, 14 bids, $375, not including the $17 in shipping. And, a great seller, 2,800 feedback. I'm going to pull up another one here, Fabs. It boggles the mind to me with this, although I'm not surprised. Another one here, another great seller, all 100% positive, 840, 375 listing, just boom. And this was actually one of our viewers, and I forgot who it is, maybe in here today, I think was on Dante's show from this past Friday, and said, look, I'm the one who sold this. And this is somebody in our community here just putting up a listing. Are you surprised that even with the holidays and even with the hype of the Book of Boba Fett, and even with all these releases, that this 2-pack, if you will, is really, because I thought it was going to settle and then creep back up and settle and creep back up. This one just keeps rising. And really, when you go to the market value chart, again, at 6scalecantina.com, and let's see if the search box works this time. It wasn't working the last time. If I put Ray in here and see if that will come up. And there she is. It just was a little bit of a glitch. Highlighting this right on the bottom, now has breached the $370 tier range, Fabio. It's $371 and rising. And I talked to Ray at Hawk Wars Toys. He's in the chat. And Ray, you could go in here and chat some stuff, but he's selling these consistently at this $375 price and over. Are you surprised by this?
Not at all. This is one of the figures that, there's no reason for them to reissue anything like that. If they do come out with something, it would be, like we speculate on that Dark Ray, Dark Jedi Ray. But besides that, that this figure is the best Ray, unless, like I said, they make a new one, which who knows. But this is definitely not getting reissued at all. There's no reason to. So I feel like it's always going to keep going up because there's no threat of it being reissued.
So you think subconsciously right now with a lot of collectors, there is it almost like that they feel that inside, like I better get this now at $375 because eventually it's going to be $475. Do you sense that there's some of that?
100%. This is only going to keep going up because again, people are going to still keep wanting it because there's no chance of it being reissued. So when people sense that, and it's clear to the market, that's when things start going up and up and up. Unless, it's one of these items that like crept up real quickly and then, that's affected. But besides that, no, it's just going to keep going up.
Yeah, it's a little bit crazy. I'm putting this up on here. Dark Ray will take 3 easy. That's one of my calls this year. You've seen it with the Black Series. I've seen it with Gentle Giant now. Fabio, is it possible that Hot Toys could be the next one? They have everything. Could they throw it as a COD exclusive this year?
That would be amazing. And it would sell out so quickly because of the fact that it would be, first of all, you have to have a new head. So that's number one. You know what I mean? It's got to be a completely different head. They can't give you, her baby look face on a dark, look. You know what I mean? So completely different head. Obviously, they have to change the style. They got to give you the robe, all that. It's going to absolutely 100%.
And you can see that Ray here is saying currently one of our best-selling figures, and you have to wonder if it keeps.
This is an emergency interruption from the Hot Toys Wizard. Clearly, I've taken on the form of Metamorphic Customs. Yeah, that's that guy on YouTube making those diorama tutorials. Well, is it possible that I've secretly told Aries from 6 Scale Cantina off-the-wall crazy predictions that you have never even thought of for 2022 Hot Toys? And I say yes. So stay tuned. You're watching 6 Scale Cantina. This is Metamorphic Customs. See you soon.
Woo! I mean, right in mid-sentence. What the heck?
How rude.
Oh my goodness! I feel like I'm in the groove right now, baby. Come on, where's the dancers from my intro?
Oh, man. That was great.
Oh, I hope he's going to be able to make it later, because sometimes I've heard that, you know, when the Hot Toys Wizard takes on your likeness wherever, that you're feeling like part of your essence melts. Did you?
I had diarrhea for a week.
Hey, listen, Hawk Wars, you might not be able to sell anymore if he takes over. If he takes on your likeness, Ray, come on.
Oh man.
Well, listen, since the Hot Toys Wizard took on the likeness of Desy, make sure you subscribe to Desy. And since he was going to be on the show later, at least I hope he doesn't have diarrhea. We're talking diarrhea on the Live and Raw Market Chart show, baby. Oh my God. But listen, make sure you subscribe to him. I've got the link within the video.
Yeah, he's making really cool stuff on that channel. Like really cool stuff.
Pulling this up on the screen. Valiant Archer says Wizard flew. Oh no. Yeah, Ralph Flurry, because the Dark Jedi keeps it fun. Come on. Hawkwarts Toy says he's way better looking. Big Dog Pal says Master Imwe is just like watching WWE. Look, what's better? I gotta ask you a question, Big Dog Pal. To be honest, Monday Night Raw or Aries Live and Raw, which is better?
Oh man.
Darika says a wizard arrives precisely when he means to. Ooh, yes. Yes, I gotta watch Lord of the Rings again. Anyway, Mafia, does the Hot Toys Wizard know no bounds? Look, I was into what figure are we talking about? I think we're talking about Ray.
Dark Ray.
Or Dark Ray. OG fan, Wonder, Possible Coffee, Wizard. Grogu's nervous now. He needs a refill. He needs to keep drinking wizard juice so he doesn't come and take his essence. Okay, he's all better. All right, let's keep going. Wolf Moon. Oh my goodness! The last guy said to stay tuned on something, and we didn't get anything. Oh, party pooper! Listen, they come here and there. Hawkwarts Toys love the music. Master Imwe says, good actor. Poor Desy. Oh, my goodness gracious. Pulling all these up on here. Poor Desy. He might come on. Hey, look, he might be freaking on fire. He might come in here dancing. Oh, I know. That's a lot of funny stuff. All right. Let's keep going here. So the next one I want to bring up, which is very, very interesting to me. Pulling this up, the biggest movers section again here. Just give me a second to kind of scroll it up. So Heavy Infantry Mandalorian has now breached the $400 tier range, Fabio. And I don't think people are going to be too surprised about this. And now all the time it's selling. Every time that it's selling since he showed up now, you're getting prices like this, pulling this up onto the screen. $400, $415, not including $32.95 in shipping. And look, Fab.
And don't forget also some states you got to add tax to that as well. So
yeah. You got to add tax, so it's not including taxes. not including shipping.
Yep.
I mean, this is $32.95, so I mean, you can even tack on more to that $4.15 price. Good seller. Okay, so talk to me about this from your perspective. You've been collecting for years. I don't think we're getting a straight reissue of this. I think we're going to, but I think we're going to get them again.
Absolutely.
So yeah, go.
No, so Hot Toys, it's it's going to take two birds with one stone here. They're going to take the eBay market out completely, unless you want the original one, because it's like you said, it's not going to be a straight reissue. Definitely going to have, if people have been saying, the Shield and this and that, but just the fact that he was on the show again, that's a huge sign for a reissue right there. And again, we've noticed that Hot Toys is not really giving us, so many reissues, but more 2.0s. So this could be a 2.0 for that figure. And you don't have to either, get rid of it or sell it or whatever. You could keep it and get the new one and display them both, separately. And there's no problem with that at all. But I have a feeling it's 100%. There's no reason why they wouldn't make that money. And like I said, to kill the eBay market, it's a no-brainer for them as well.
6-Scale Mafia put in here, I just sold Heavy Mando to brother cousins. Well, Jay is lucky with that homie hookup. Because, all right, so okay. So is he a prominent enough character? I think I know the answer to this. Because I think that the thing is this is a Mandalorian. This is a unique Mandalorian. Is this a prominent enough character to continue to inch up the $400 tier range? If this happens, or can it go to $500 tier range, or do you see this leveling off somewhere?
Well, depends on what they decide to do with whatever comes next. So if they do a 2.0, you're either going to have people just going to the 2.0 and forgetting about this one, or wanting this one as well as a 2.0. You know what I mean? So it just depends on what they do to the figure or with the figure, what they put on as for accessories, if they change the paint a little bit, it depends on what they do to the figure. That's going to dictate what happens to this original one.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No, absolutely. So, oh my goodness. I guess we'll find out now if he's stuck. I guess he's not stuck in the bathroom. And there he is.
I was in the bathroom. It's true.
Oh my goodness!
How's everybody doing?
What's up?
Phenomenal! I'm just so glad you got a smile on your face at least, because I've actually heard a couple reports that
What's
up, Dante?
Dante's in here too.
Hi.
Dante and I don't have any effect because we haven't been taken. We haven't been taken over by the Hot Toys wizard, have we, Dante?
Yeah, well, I was in the bathroom.
He hasn't even taken you over yet.
He was in the bathroom for no reason.
I was just in the bathroom for no reason. I'm like, you know what? Let me just be in the bathroom and then just join the show. I'm like, whatever. How you doing, guys? Good evening, everyone. How you doing? I hope you have a really good day so far. Happy Monday.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. Good to have you in here, Man of Hot Collectibles. Good to have Desy, Metamorphic Customs in the cantina. A special live and raw. Come on, Fabio and I have been going over some of these crazy market trends going on right now. We were just talking about the heavy infantry Mandalorian, and Fabio,
who's that guy?
What's that?
Who's that guy over there?
That's Grogu, idiot.
No, the other guy with the headphones.
Listen, he was on time. Dante, he would. All right, listen. Grogu's right here.
Oh man.
He was on time.
Always on time to my show.
Shocked.
Always on time.
Yep.
All right, so listen, let's pick it up with these guys, Fabio, real quick. Did you think it was going to level off at a certain place, the heavy infantry Mandalorian, even if they're going to release one that's going to be different? Just tell me again.
So, like I said, what's going to happen is depending on what happens with whatever is released. So, if the Hot Toys decides to release it again, if it's a 2.0, it shouldn't affect it. But again, like I said, people will forget about the first one and go to the second one, to the 2.0. If it's a straight reissue, then that is going to die down. People are just going to wait for the new one. So, it just depends on what they do with the figure.
Yeah. Man of Hot Collectibles, Dante. The heavy infantry Mandalorian is going off the charts. We just put up an auction right now. Went for $415 yesterday, not including $36 in shipping, not including taxes. U.S. seller. It's going for $400 all the time right now. We're wondering how high it can go, and if another version of him, which absolutely is going to come, is going to affect that.
That's the sculptor price. Is that who's the eBay seller? Is that Fabio?
It's not Fabio. It's not.
Okay.
Fabio.
Well, I was just wondering. Anyway,
for somebody who got the greatest discount on the Han and Chewie double pack, he talks a lot of smack.
No hablo inglés.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a true story, actually. I actually got I was looking for Han and Chewie, and I don't know how that came up, Fabio. I think I was telling you that I wanted to buy one, right? And you said, "Oh, I have a brand new seal."
Yeah.
I'm like,
I wasn't even like up for sale. I just had it, and he's like, "Oh, I'm looking for," and I was like, "Oh, I got one." He's like, "No, you don't." I was like, "Yeah, I do."
Yeah.
So that's how you end up getting it.
Yeah, I didn't believe it because he usually lies to me all the time. But then when he showed me the picture, I was like, Well, anyway, so talking about Heavy Mando, there's a no-brainer that he's going this pricey right now. I mean, we saw what happened on episode 5, and obviously there's a reaction all the time when you see an episode that some of the characters come to life in any episode, whatever a figure is, it was released or sold out, whatever, the price tends to spike. Look what happened with Luke Skywalker. Look what happened with K2SO. Look what happened with this guy now. With Mandalorian, OG Mando at one point. Obviously after the several releases, it went down. But yeah, this is a no-brainer. I will probably say that we're gonna see another version of this one. I think, Eris, we spoke about this in your membership exclusive insider show.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that we're gonna see another version of this. We're gonna see the Book of Boba Fett label in the box. We're probably gonna see this figure coming with a shield, with other accessories.
Yes.
The price right now, unless Hatos decide not to do that, which I don't think they're gonna, I think they will release another Heavy Mando version, just because look at the price. Hatos says, you know what, I want that piece of that cake. So I think we're gonna see another version. I'm not surprised about the price, and I think unless Hatos decides to do it, this is gonna keep going up for sure.
Yeah, and Desy, from your perspective, look, they already got the molds. They already made the investment to do this figure, and it is quite different for a Star Wars figure because of how heavy it is. It has the different, the armor has to be heavier. So for me, even if there was even a slight concern that this wouldn't sell, I mean, it's almost like that they can be like, hey, we could just keep selling reiterations of this. For me personally, I love this character. I would get I'm going to get the next version. If they come out with another version, I will buy it, even if it's a little different. But I feel like people don't have to go out right now and do this to be worried that they're not going to get one. I feel like if they have patience, they're going to get another one. And I don't really think it's going to cost them a lot of R&D to do it, Desy.
No, I'd have to agree. And I mean, I can see why the prices are going up. It's obvious, right? This is a great figure. It was one of my favorite figures from last year. Not my favorite, but definitely up there. The color scheme is great. I know he's coming again. He's got to be coming, right? What I fear is just a straight re-release. I don't like straight re-releases. As long as they add something, maybe a nice little diorama base, maybe a diorama base that already exists, and they just combine it with this, give them the shield, maybe take away the gun, and everybody loves the gun, but hey, you got to keep it different so that it's a different MMS or TMS model number, right? That makes it not a reissue, just a variant. So I'm sure something's coming. We're either going to get a reissue or a variant.
Do you think
the molds are already there?
Yeah, and do you think you were talking about like a base or a display or a diorama? Can you see them with this? Because they had some pretty cool background scenes with the armor, Din Djarin, and the Mandalorian in the episode of Book of Boba Fett last week. Do you see like a cardboard back, or even I'd love to get one of those backdrops. You maybe Well, no, I don't think he'd be too heavy. Remember the backdrops? We got one with the Bespin Leia. That was a little more solid. We got one with obviously the Stormtrooper Luke and Han. Can you see that with this?
Yeah, they could do that. I mean, it's just whatever it's going to be. I think it's going to be simple, right? They're not going to design a new diorama base for this guy. I don't think they would. That would be an extra mold. It would be something that already exists, a mold that already exists, and then, like you said, with maybe a cardboard backdrop, that's just printing, something like that. That could make it different enough for me. And if it has extra accessories or something, I'll probably get the second one too, because like I said, it's a great release.
Yeah, Fabio, what do you think about a backdrop cardboard? I mean, it makes sense to me, or even something like the Bespin Leia or the Lando.
Well, it looks like Hot Toys is doing that already. I mean, they're using that as like a filler. I never use those things ever for anything. They actually are very annoying when you pull it out of the box and then it can't get back in. So I'd rather them not do that at all. But they're just doing it, like I said, just as a filler, just to make you believe that they're giving you so much for your money, but that costs them nothing. So I think it's stupid, but some people like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And 170 in here, watching live and raw, very special live and raw. And don't forget to smash that like button, baby. Come on. I am going to go with Dante on this one over here. I'm pulling this up onto the screen, Dante. Staying with the market before we dive into coffee. Spilling stuff. So
Jose,
pulling this up on the screen at a very familiar seller. Ray is in the chat, Hawk Wars Toys, and he's an outstanding seller. I've bought quite a few from Ray, and so is a lot of people out here. But $575, Dante, not including $24 in shipping, $23.90. Hawk Wars Toys, outstanding seller, all 100% positive, now close to $12.50. And this Jyn Erso Deluxe continues to be a very, very highly sought after figure. Is it possible? Are you surprised by this price? And I'll pull up where she's going while you're talking on that, on the market value chart, exactly where this deluxe version is sitting. Are you surprised by this continuing to go up, and do you think it's going to get reissued?
Well, I do think that it is a bit tricky in this one because even though Rogue One is one of the best Star Wars movies, I mean, I think it was a fantastic movie. The character herself is a really good character too. There's some variations. We have the Imperial disguise. We have this version. I don't know. Like, I really don't know if that's gonna be reissued. Now, Hot Toys can do anything they want. They can reissue the whole line and just call it, because the more expensive a figure gets, the more second thoughts they're gonna get, because they're thinking, look how much money this is going for. Let me just do another one so I can just get some of that money. But I don't think for now we're not gonna see a reissue of that figure. I'm not surprised that it's going up in price, or not only because it is a really good Heskel. It comes with a really decent amount of accessories, and the figure itself is a very good looking one. If you have a Rogue One collection, right now I'm only missing K2SO, and I used to have it before, but right now it's a bit pricey. I have some hopes that we're gonna see the K2SO in the future, so really hope that happened. But with this Jyn Erso, I do think that for now I don't see as a reissue. I still believe that it's gonna go up in price. So if you can get this figure at a good price, this is your time, because I think it's gonna continue increasing over time.
That's a really good point, Fabio. Let me go to you, because 6-scale Mafia in the house, of course, get him to 1K. He agrees with Dante. Rogue One ain't getting reissued, pals. You missed out, unfortunately. Maybe 10 years from now, but not anytime soon. So let me ask you, do you agree with that? Because how high can something like Krennic or this Jyn Erso, which I'm going to pull this up onto the screen and give you some insight here. So you can look right where this is sitting, the deluxe version. It's the one in the middle. $561 and trending up. Just $39 away, Fab, from the $600 tier range. How long will Hot Toys allow that?
So it has to make sense for them to reissue something. They're still making figures for Rogue One right now. So
yes,
there is no reason for them to reissue anything at this point. But if it gets out of hand, absolutely, you better. They'll come up with an excuse to reissue this to kill the eBay market, just for that reason. Even if they give you a very, very limited amount of pieces, but just to kill that market, they will do it 100%.
I think you're right. It would have to keep going up. Desy, your perspective. I kind of agree. I don't think that this is going to get reissued, but it is getting really high, baby.
I say go get it from Hog Wars because I don't think it's going to get reissued.
Get it before it's 800.
No, like if you tell me K2SO, I'd say, yeah, sure, because he was just in the recent episode.
Yes.
There's a good chance, but I mean, I'd be shocked, pleasantly shocked, if they re-release Jin.
Yeah, I just don't see it. It's absolutely crazy. And I'm going to pull this one up. This is going to be fun because on the Biggest Mover section, and I always get comments on this one, and this is going to tell the story about the Lando Calrissian in the future. And I'm going to bring this up onto the screen. And let's go with you first on here, Fabio. And okay, so there it is. The 2-pack nobody wanted, the 2-pack that sat in stock, the 2-pack that everyone said was one of the worst things ever. And the one thing that I always warned about is this is an original trilogy set. And now you're starting to see this figure sell with a good amount of bids and getting in demand. It's definitely going to hit over the $300 tier range. And I think whatever that Lando goes on wait list, which as I predicted is going to be, February or March, it'll be by the end of March, as I had my predictions with all of those. That's where you're going to see that Lando eventually, certainly much more than this. It's going to be not at the 300 range, it'll be at the 400 range. And the reason it's important to understand that I think that the Lando is going to be at the $400 range is because that gives you the recipe of where Krennic and Dooku are going. Because they were sitting at that $350, $375 at that $400 range for a while. And then a year later, they start creeping up to around $500. And I think it's going to see the same thing in a few years, 2-3 years with the Lando. But are you surprised by this? Because I'm not.
I feel like this happens more often than not. There's a lot of figures that at first, nobody wants, and then they take forever to sell out. But then when they sell out, it's like you can't go near them. You know what I mean? So this is, I think, an example of that. When that came out, when I got them in hand, I was like, it feels kind of cheap. Like there's nothing to this. Like, you know what I mean? It was just like, what the hell? That's why I feel like they weren't so popular.
Mm-hmm.
But because, I guess people woke up and realized this is, it's something special here. You know what I mean? It's not just crap. So I think that's why it's going up so high.
Yeah, and I think that Kyle brings up a point that they should make a 2-pack of Jawas Dante. I don't think that they'll reissue this, but I think that they may come up with a 2-pack of Jawa from the Book of Boba Fett, possibly.
Yeah, I can see that happening more than this. This is from the original trilogy, right?
Yes.
So yeah, I can see that happening. Again, just keep in mind that we haven't seen many figures. Or in fact, we haven't seen any figures from the Book of Boba Fett yet.
Well, you have didn't they label Fennec Book of Boba Fett? I think they did.
Only Fennec, right? Yeah, we have only Fennec.
Only Fennec.
But we don't have a Boba Fett. We don't have
because technically the one on the throne is not from the Book of Boba Fett.
That's what I'm saying. Like we and the armor is different. So we do still have to owe us more Book of Boba Fett figures. So I have a feeling that we're gonna see an attack of announcements after Wednesday's show. Yeah, and obviously, starting February 7th because that's when they come back from Chinese holiday. So I think we're gonna see a bunch of announcements on the Book of Boba Fett.
Well, look, we're going to get into some coffee spilling stuff here in the last segment of the show, but shout out to Jay, brother, cousin, Story Reviews. I knew this one was going to start climbing up in price. Yeah, to get to the next segment of the show and stop at the market stuff here, Desy, are you surprised about the Jawa and Gonk droid? It didn't get very good reviews.
No, I'm not surprised. I couldn't bring myself to pick it up because at the end of the day, I think if I would have picked it up, it would have been for some kind of reselling, like a reselling mentality, because I just couldn't see that price for what it was, for like that thin plastic and the figures. And not that they're bad. I think they're fine. It just wasn't, what was it? How much was it going for retail? It was over 200.
Yeah, it wasn't that high. I don't remember what it was, but it was something like, well, actually it was. Wasn't it like $255 or $260, guys? I think it wasn't too cheap for that 2-pack.
Yeah, and I'm not saying the figures were bad.
Yeah.
I always defend Hot Toys prices usually, but this one I was like, man, you'll get 150 from me for those two tops. Like, and I knew it was going to go up. I knew if it was 250, it was going to go up to 350, but I'm not in it to resell, so I have to say no. Are they going to reissue it?
267. There you go.
Yeah, that's so definitely not for over that. But if they're gonna, sure, they'll reissue it. It's a Jawa. And it's a Gonk droid. They'll release 2 Jawas in a box set or 2 Gonk droids or something, but it'll come out again, I think.
So listen, everybody, you saw the banners. You saw the banner that I put up, and we're going to do this. And, we're going to be talking about a certain couple of characters in here.
Oh, yeah? Watch this.
But before we spill the coffee, I need to play this clip, which I did on the Market Show Live, another epic show from this past Saturday night. And man, let me tell you something. I spilled my coffee last week, everybody, with that Coscar Reeves and Axe Hot Toys announcement. And then I spilled it a few hours later with the freaking Book of Boba Fett, with that whole stuff with the Mandalorian. And then all of a sudden, Metamorphic Customs comes up with this, and I spilled coffee so much I almost drowned. But let me play it so you know what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about. That holy smokes, baby. Look, that is this man right here. That's
insane.
Isn't that freaking insane? How did you get the look? That was an R&D from me.
How did you steal that?
Man, dude.
I thought we weren't going to discuss the stealing part.
Look, it was supposed to be a secret. Fabio always figured it out.
If you're wondering how Desy put that together, you got to go to his channel, which I have the link in the video description below. Now, this was an idea that I had, and I was speaking to Desy about it, and he specifically, put this together with what I was imagining from the ending scenes of The Phantom Menace with Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And man, oh man, it absolutely exceeded my expectations. Not only hit it perfectly, but absolutely exceeded it. The craftsmanship, the way it works. I mean, it's so much better than, no offense, Hot Toys, with the stuff that the junk that they give us with to display this stuff with. I mean, that is hot. But look, I also pulled up Desy, and I'm going to pull up these. They could, if you go to his channel and YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to him. You can see step by step how he put this together, and also what he could do for you. But Desy, man, I got these pictures up that you put up as well, just to talk through.
Yeah,
dude. I mean, even the back. I mean, look, I got my Leia backdrop, and so they don't have any of this that kind of detail. It's just on the front, dude. You went completely What was your idea with the back here? I mean, this is unbelievable.
Yeah, no, thank you guys. Really, really appreciate it. You never see the back of stuff, like whether it's a cardboard cutout or something for like a 6 scale. You really don't see the back, right? So I wasn't going to paint it metallic because the front's kind of like that metallic gray look. So I was like, well, might as well do something else for the back. So I gave it a simple. You can see it in the video I made. I gave it a simple texture paste and then just did those streaks so that you could turn it around for figure photography and you have a different kind of backdrop or even a display if you just want to switch it around.
Yeah, and that's cool.
Yeah, this fits on that diamond-shaped base because that diamond-shaped base is so awkward.
It sucks, and now I love it because of what you made here.
Yeah, so I was like, well, if it's going to be that big, you might as well just keep the same footprint but just go up, right? It's not,
But look at this level of detail, dude. And these light ups in the back. I mean, dude, how hard was it to put the lights in there like that and to get this? I mean, it's wow.
It wasn't that hard. I mean, I don't think it was that hard. I'm used to using my wire tape, my wire foam cutter table. You just cut out the channels, and I'm used to using those LED strips because it's the same LED strips on every single one of my detolfs. After doing 14 detolfs, you kind of get the hang of it. So it was a good fun process. This was different. Get that inspiration from episode 1. It's not an exact replica, obviously, because I have to fit it into that size. But I think it came out all right. It looks pretty good to me. I'm glad you guys like it though.
And putting up some comments here and going, oh, just so I could put a Toy Box says, I've seen it firsthand what Desy can do. Made me a Beetlejuice house. Yeah, I've seen that diorama. That is amazing.
That was the first time for me too, so that was fun.
Man, and shout out to Gabriella. Gabriella the house, good to see her in here. Putting up here from Sinister SMR, would love to see what Desy could do with the binary sunset for New Hope Luke. Listen, you got to call him. Desy, that would be a real good one, wouldn't it?
That's interesting. That's a good idea.
Riley reviews.
Definitely some possibilities.
Yeah, the video was amazing. Listen, Riley, you got to go check him out at his channel and check this out. I was, look, I mean, we were talking about diarrhea before with the Hot Toys Wizard. I was losing my crap with this earlier in the week. I called you on the freaking phone, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You called me. And I'm just really glad you like it. That's my main goal there, right? Make sure.
Yeah, I mean, and just going back to these pictures real quick, we're gonna get into. I just wanted to shout out. I mean, just look at that, dude. It is so nice. I can't wait to get this. This will definitely go. As you can see, I still did not finish my my collection tour for Hot Toys. So obviously now, Desy, this makes it in there for sure.
Awesome. Honored to be able to have a piece in your collection.
Well, honored that cannot wait to get this in my hand here this weekend. Again, everybody, Desy, Metamorphic Customs. You got to check out his stuff. Not only do I have the link to him in the links and resources page, as I do with all content creators for 6scale and Hot Toys here in the community, at 6scalecantina.com. I have it in the video description below.
I just want to say I'm honored that Desy is going to make mine better than yours. Thank you.
I was just working on yours before the stream.
See? He's letting you know ahead of time.
Oh my God!
Nothing is going to compare with Desy what we were doing. The project that we work on.
It's a small project. Small.
Desy knows what it is.
All right, let's set this up. Who wants to spill some coffee with the Dark Jedi? And here's what I'm going to play right now. Here we go.
I'm Boba Fett. I'm here to see the mayor.
Boba Fett. Do you have an appointment?
Dude, every time I see that, I can't stop laughing. Who the heck asked Boba Fett if he has an appointment? But that was just classic. But we're going to go into a segment here. And this is one of my favorite segments, and I haven't had it in a long time, actually, because, I say it, but we haven't had this segment, Dante. Is it possible? And pulling this up onto the screen. Is it possible? Are you kidding me? So listen, there has been, Dante, starting with you, super strong rumors even since before the book of Boba Fett aired, that Harrison Ford was indeed hired by Disney to do voiceover work for a de-aged Han Solo. And the very interesting thing in here that they brought in Chrysanthemum. They already have kind of like, I don't want to call it the CGI or the, they have the artistry already with having him in here. Wouldn't be too much trouble to throw Chewbacca in here. But, there's a lot of leaks, and especially over the last couple of days, that he is 1,000% going to make a cameo appearance in one of these episodes upcoming for the Book of Boba Fett, whether it be this Wednesday or for the finale. Is it possible that that rumor has any validity whatsoever? Does it even make sense to you that Han Solo would appear in this particular series about Boba Fett? Go.
Yes. Yeah. I don't think about a reissue on this one because it's been a pain, but I do think that we're gonna see this guy happening or showing up in the Book of Boba Fett. I think that's what we need. We need to see. We saw Luke already. Now we need to see these guys, and it's perfect for the show, for everyone. Now, is it possible we're gonna see these guys in form of a figure, maybe with the Book of Boba Fett label? I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Dante. Hawk Wars is saying here, Ray, and I'm glad he's bringing this back up. IMBD.
Because that's how I saw it too. So
yeah, Fabio. They're legit site. They don't frack around. So I think there's some validity here with IMBD. They don't make errors like this. I feel like that this is an error though, and he's going to show up.
No, somebody posted this. Somebody posted the actual screenshot of the IMDb BD page with him saying episode 7. Han Solo, Harrison Ford, and I was like, there's no way. So because it could be Photoshop. You don't know, but I did see that. So is it true? I don't know, but I definitely saw it.
Desy, what do you think about this IMBD leak? Is this just a lot of fiction?
I heard that. I think this is possible, right? But I've heard that IMDb has not been the most great rumor source because from what I heard, I don't know who can go in and post that stuff, but it's a number of people that can go in and put in, they could put my name, Han Solo played by Desy, and you'd show it up. I've seen people do that. So I don't know who can do it and who can't, but that doesn't mean that this won't happen. I think it's likely, right? I just don't know if IMDb is the source. What I have been hearing from people is that the last 3 episodes, of which we've already saw the first of the last 3, episode 5. So the last 3 were going to be a trilogy, and I think Single Songwriter was saying it. And the last 2 were epic, right? So I'm looking forward to that. So when they say it's going to be epic, and I've heard multiple people say this already, it could be anything. It could definitely be Han Solo.
I think because I don't know what you think, guys, but when they're bringing up, they brought up the spice wines of Kessel. They're bringing up the Pike Syndicate, which is obviously part of they were actually in the Solo movie. And this is 5 years after the end of Return of the Jedi. And of course, Leia and Han had Ben, they had a baby. But, I know from my perspective, somebody going back into their ways of what they used to do. I don't think he just suddenly became a smuggler again. Poof, one day I woke up, I'm going to do that. I think it was probably a gradual, while he was doing all the general stuff or whatever he's got to do with the rebellion, a little bit here, a little bit there. This kind of, I could see how Filoni and Favreau, if they do it right, can make this work and make it be epic. Now, I feel like that with The Mandalorian Season 2, there was some build up with Ahsoka, bring Grogu to the mountain, bring him to the planet. He's going to reach out to a Jedi. We're wondering, is it Ezra? We're wondering, is it Luke? Is it this one? Is it that one? Is there something? Do you feel like that they're just throwing this at us, or do you feel like because they're mentioning the syndicates, they're dropping little things here, they're dropping little signs that if they do this right, this could fit in magically? And I will go to Desy first on that. What do you think? I mean, I feel like that they could set this up right. I think a lot's going to depend on what happens on this Wednesday show.
Like I said, I think it could work. I don't, okay, it's Book of Boba, right? What is Boba's like arch nemesis? Since going way back to the original trilogy, wasn't it supposed to be Han Solo that we know of? Right?
Well, and he was chasing him down, obviously. He's the one that brought him to where they are right now, where he was frozen in carbonite.
And Han Solo, like, mentioned him by name. Oh, where's Boba? Where? Right? Like, so he knows of, So, yeah, if you're going to bring in an arch nemesis, I think it would be Han Solo, whether it's in the form of a nemesis or in the form of an ally because he needed that muscle, who knows? Or just a cameo. Yeah, it's definitely possible.
All right, Fabio. And I think he's going to show up in a cameo, and I think so is Chewbacca. If they show up, even in a very small scene, like we saw with Luke, let's say it's even smaller than Luke. It's small like Luke, small like Maul from the Solo movie. Is there any chance that we don't get a 2-pack of Chewbacca or Han from this series if he shows up from Hot Toys?
There's absolutely no chance that we're not getting that. We are 100% getting that. If they do show up, 1,000%. Exactly because of the fact that Luke came out for a second and we got him. We're definitely getting them too.
I mean, and how good of a seller would this be? You saw how Luke broke.
Forget it.
Yeah, forget it. I mean, Dante, you saw how the announcement of Luke and Grogu broke the internet like Ahsoka. You were on that show with me. It was absolutely crazy last June, whenever that was. Do you think this would be the same way if they came out with this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It will be pretty much right there. I can foresee the original 2-pack going super high in price. It's probably gonna see a spike like never seen before, unless they decide to do a Book of Boba Fett, Han and Chewie, which personally I would love to see a more like a 2.0 or maybe a Bespin Luke. I'm sorry, Bespin Han rather than Han Solo and Chewie from the Book of Boba Fett. You know what I mean? I think we're gonna see, if they showed up as the rumors are saying, the prices are gonna go high, and the chances are gonna increase for Hot Toys to make those figures. Not necessarily for the Book of Boba Fett, but probably from the other lines that I just mentioned.
Yeah, and Seth with the super chat here. Thank you for the $5 chat. He worries, Desy. I worry about excessive fan service for a show that already a bit of a drag for some people, but also very good for other people. I'm putting that in, but is a drag to some. I think that would be amazing, but they'd have to nail it. Yeah, I think, Desy, that they'd have to nail it, and I think they've got the pieces in place, like they did with Ahsoka and mentioning the stuff with Grogu and giving Din Djarin the orders of where to steer Grogu, where to bring him. I think that they have the same setup here for this to work again.
Yeah, and I have to agree. Some of the best parts of the show, Book of Boba, especially Book of Boba, but also Mandalorian, the height of the show has been fan service. Right? That doesn't mean that it hasn't been other good parts, but to me that was a problem. It was a problem at the conclusion of season 2 of The Mandalorian, where we saw Luke. It was everybody felt something about that, right? But it was like, well, did we need Luke? I guess for everyone we did, but like it should have stood alone with the characters that were on screen at that point, which was Mando, Bo-Katan, because we had never seen her in live action, Ahsoka. that's the way I feel. But hey, everybody likes seeing Luke and hopefully Han. If Han does come back though, I don't know if we're going to see a figure. Because I get it. I get that Luke was in Mando for 5 seconds and we saw a figure and look at Heavy Mando. But that's not the point. Like Luke and Han are figures that you don't need to see them.
No, you don't. You don't need to see them.
I mean, look at Luke. I mean, they released the Mando Luke, but before that, they haven't even released the Snowspeeder Luke yet, and he's up for order. And how many Lukes did we have since then? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Han. I know there was a rumor that Howard Chan was upset with Harrison Ford for what he did on I forgot what talk show that he, broke a Hot Toys figure. I don't know
on
if
the Harris Carrington show.
No. That's right. How can I forget?
Hot Toys Wizard took over Harrison's body. Don't you remember? And he was farting around with that figure. I think he had diarrhea too.
We should play the clip, not the diarrhea part, but we should play that clip again. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if that was a rumor or not, but why haven't they released more Hans? Is it because of a licensing issue? Really? Is it because he still has to approve for some reason? I don't know, but I hope we get another Han figure for sure.
Maybe he wants too much money. It's always about the money with him.
Yeah.
And he always says no. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, yes, he's in it. Yeah. I wonder how much they paid him for this and doing it in here. Look, and here's my thing before I go to the next Is It Possible? Because I think we're going to spill our coffee over the next couple of weeks with this Book of Boba. Here's where it makes sense to me. Boba is in this predicament because he brought Han to Jabba. And he's in there, in freaking carbonite behind that throne. And then obviously they're busting him out. And he has to go through all the stuff in the back of the tank and all the stuff with the Tusken Raiders because of the whole thing that he did with Han Solo. I think just right there, that's enough to bring him in. It's not just fan service to me. And the other thing is, this is the Book of Boba Fett. And a big part of Boba Fett's legacy is he's hunting the scoundrel Han Solo. And to be quite freaking honest with you, how can you be talking about Star Wars in this time and not be talking about Han Solo? How can you be talking about Star Wars during this time period and not be talking about Chewbacca? I want Han Solo. I want Chewbacca. If they have a Chewbacca show, I don't want to just see Chewbacca. It's like if they have an Ewok show, I don't want to see just Ewoks. I want to see everybody in there, baby. So I think if they do, I don't think it's just fan service. I think people have to remember, to me, Han Solo is Star Wars. He's one of the founding pieces of big concrete slabs that hold that together. So is Luke. So is Leia. So is Lando. I feel like those four huge foundation. Don't talk to me about C-3PO. I can't believe we don't have a Hot Toys figure. All right, so here's the next Is It Possible? I'm going to go... Look, I'm going to go to Dante with this. Listen, Dante, we talked about this on your membership for your channel yesterday. We did a show together, and we talked about this. It was a nice half-hour show. Dante has a great membership at Man of Hot Collectibles. Check that out, his channel with that. Look, I've spoke about this before, and I spoke about this many, many, many times. So let me bring everybody up to speed here on the chat. I was watching the finale with my family, and my youngest daughter, who's an adult, is a huge Spider-Man fan. And a gigantic Spider-Man fan, a huge Marvel fan. She's very with Star Wars. It's okay. And she was watching The Mandalorian because she really likes Grogu. And at the finale, when I was spilling my coffee, when Luke took off with Grogu, she said, with tears in her eyes, that sucked. And right there, that told me, uh-oh. All the casual fans, all the grandmas, all the grandpas, all the great-grandmas, all the cousins, all this. She wasn't watching it for Din Djarin. She could care less about Din Djarin. She cared about Grogu. So one of the things that they did last week is they made sure that they brought up Grogu a lot to start letting people know that please watch Mandalorian Season 3 because he's going to be in there, which is why I said from the beginning this character is going to show up in the Book of Boba Fett. Now I will say this, it's not going to be about, he's not going to dominate it. And I don't want to see Grogu attached at the hip with Mandalorian anymore. And we're not going to see him attached at the hip with the Mandalorian anymore. You're going to see him start getting into a storyline where him and Din Djarin are friends, but he's going to have a lot to do with Luke, and he's going to be on very scarcely once in a while, like the way Yoda was in the original trilogy, like the way Yoda was in the prequels. Because make no mistake, he is the next Yoda coming up to that. But they have to let people know to please tune in, Dante, for the Mandalorian Season 3 later in the fourth quarter this year, or they're not going to watch it. Only we're going to watch it. Go.
Yeah, so this particular one is pretty interesting, right? We're going to see Grogu, right? Hopefully next episode. But I do think that we need to, I think, what's funny, there is yesterday when we were talking about this on your insiders, we were talking about Grogu, right? We were talking about how the way these guys, this species age, right? So he's 50 years old, right?
Yes.
We were talking, what if when Mando goes to visit Grogu, it's at that point of his species that he just is now a teenager, and he's going to be a teenager for another, I don't know, 300 years, and then he's going to be an adult, and then he's going to be an older person for another whatever years. What if that's the case, right?
Well, it's a good point, because actually Yoda was a Jedi Master at age 100.
Yes.
So really with the species, you can't take human anatomy and kind of equate it like you would a math equation and kind of say it's exactly going to go that way. Because obviously it doesn't match human anatomy. So if he's a Jedi Master by 100, maybe at age 50, from 50 to 55 or 50 to, a certain point, the maturity starts really at a rapid pace. Yeah, it's kind of like humans have puberty at a certain time. Maybe this species has their growth spurt at a specific time.
That's true. And also, if you think about Yoda, right, when on the sequels, right? I'm sorry, the prequels. It was what? 20 years before A New Hope, give or take, right? And then it was what, 30 years before, or maybe 35 years. I don't know the timeline, but from the episode 1 to Empire Strikes Back, how many years happened? Like 25, 30 years?
From Rogue One to
right, from episode 1 all the way to Empire Strikes Back. How many years?
Oh, gosh.
All those Anakin in 3.
I could tell you it's 30 years, right, guys, from Revenge of the Sith to A New Hope, right? I think or is it?
No, it's 19 because Luke
19.
was born he's 19 in episode 4.
Okay, it's 30 from
3.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi to Force Awakens, I think. Okay,
right, but from A New Hope to Empire Strikes Back, how many years passed? Like 5 years, 10 years, 5 years?
I think it's 5. No, wait, no, that's from. Never mind.
32. Yeah, I don't know, but my point is that Yoda was about 850 years old in the sequels, or I'm sorry, the prequels. When he died at 900, give or take, about 800 something years, old. So I do think that when we see Grogu, we're probably gonna see him older, a bit older, just a bit, just a tiny bit, So if that's the case, it's gonna be another figure. It's going to be another 2-pack. It becomes with Luke Skywalker with the yellow lightsaber. So, they're going to expand on this character, and we're going to see multiple versions, perhaps a Jedi version at one point. Who knows?
Yeah. And here's the thing, Desy. I don't want, and I think Fabio and Filoni know this. I don't want Grogu at the hip in the baby carriage with Din Djarin anymore. I think that's outlived it. I want to see him kicking butt like he did in this past episode. But I think what they were alluding to, the fact that they're already now, he's asking the armor to forge armor for Grogu. In order to give somebody armor, it's like when you give a kid a specific, you give them their first, hunting knife, or you give them their first something that requires a little bit of responsibility. He's getting some responsibility, obviously, with this poster with a lightsaber assembly with Luke. I feel like now that he was saying that I'm not visiting my child, I'm going to visit a little friend. I feel like they're going to be friends. And I don't think you're going to see Grogu a whole lot, but I think you're going to see him enough where people are like satisfied. Oh, he's there. He's in this. I think he's going to be in everything like Mickey Mouse. But let's be honest, Desy, when you go to Disneyland, you don't see Mickey Mouse everywhere, but you know that Disney is Mickey Mouse. I think that's what they're going to do here. He's going to show up 2 or 3 times in season 3. I think it's going to be a huge Luke storyline. You're going to see him in there. I think you're going to see him in this to kind of establish to people that have watched this, hey, don't only watch The Mandalorian. You might see Grogu in the Ahsoka series. You might see him here. Just like if you go to Disney World, probably at some point you'll see something with Mickey Mouse. What say you?
As long as they keep it balanced, just like you've described it, right?
Yes.
Where we see it sparingly. We have to see it sparingly only because that's, like you said, it's the new Mickey Mouse. It keeps bringing back, Grandma and all the people that are just not even casual fans, just people that are less than casual, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to see them. So as long as they bring them back sparingly in order to capture those people and make it a reasonable appearance, like it can't just be like, hey, here's a baby, and it has to be, I personally like to see why he's so connected to Grogu, because they've already mentioned, hey, he's formed some kind of connection to you. I want to see how the Force did that, because it's too much. Like in episode 5, Grogu wasn't in it, but he was practically in it. Like it was just like, oh, Grogu this and Grogu that, and the armor's for Grogu, and I'm gonna go visit Grogu. Like enough already, right? Like I want to see what kind of effect it had on Mando. Like I know he was with him for a couple of months, but that's too much. Like to develop that kind of attachment. I don't know, my opinion. So I want to see them explain that a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that, actually. I do. I do. And it could have been something where they just kind of forced that. It's a good point. It's a really good point. But 6 Scale Mafia, all right, brothers, I got to get going in a moment, but great stream. Grogu is going to have some Beskar chain mail armor. Yeah, that's real interesting. Look, it's very possible that, they just had him say, here's the thing, Fabio. I was talking about this on Dante's membership show yesterday, and I'm going to bring this back up onto the screen. I noticed that when they mentioned Grogu, that they had Grogu music, but it wasn't the same infantile music from the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian. It was a little different. It had a little bit of a different twist, and I was talking to him about it, and I kept replaying those different parts when he was bringing it up in the episode last week. And I said to myself, you have to wonder, are they purposely doing that because he's just not going to show up? Or are they doing that because what we're talking about here, he's going to be wielding a lightsaber. He's going to be having Beskar armor. Is it possible that he is maturing a little bit? And do you think we actually might see a cameo of him next week? Or are they going to skip that part?
That's a good point. I mean, is he going to come? I mean, there's got to be something of him at some point on the show, just period.
I agree.
But when it comes to him growing up, I mean, he can't be a baby forever. He can't be. So he's got, and obviously the show's not going to last forever. So they got to speed it up. They got to speed up his growth at some point. So that's, in my opinion, that's coming as well. How they're going to do that, I have no idea. But he's got to grow up at some point.
Yeah, and Dante, real quick before I go to the next one, I really think we're going to see him next week, and I also think that they're going to set up some of what Luke, because I really feel like, look, I'm pulling this back up onto the screen, Dante, and I'll give you the last word before we go to the next one. I feel like the Mandalorian season 3 is going to have a lot to do with Mandalore and what Din Djarin is doing. But I feel like they're going to segue into a separate storyline as well that completely ties in. where Luke is seeking out information about Order 66. If they have any hope of bringing Mace back here, there's going to be some information about what happened to Mace after Order 66. Is it possible he had something to do with Grogu, or knows why Grogu was the only one Anakin couldn't kill, the only youngling he couldn't kill in the temple? And remember, some people have suggested, well, he wasn't in the temple, but Ahsoka said in episode 5 that he was rescued from the temple. Well, he was rescued, meaning that they knew that he was swinging his lightsaber. Who rescued him? And if Mace survived, how did he survive? Because that's at the same exact time. And I feel like they've got to start tying this in. There's huge rumors that they're going to start tying in some stuff to promote the Ahsoka series. And there possibly might be a Luke series, which I think that they need to do. And I think that they're going to use Mandalorian season 3, not only for Mandalore and for his story, but they're also going to promote other stories like they do in the Arrowverse. You watch Arrow, you're going to learn a little bit about Legends of Tomorrow. You watch Legends of Tomorrow, you're going to learn a little bit about The Flash. You watch The Flash, you're going to learn a little bit about Supergirl. I really think this is what they're going to do.
Now you have to wonder, how old was Mace? I'm just kidding. It is a good point what you make. Who saved Grogu? Was it Mace? You know, why did he only save Grogu? Why did he save other younglings? You know, they need to give us the story if indeed Mace Windu will show up in some way, shape, or form, which everything indicates that that's gonna happen at one point, right? I think for the next season of The Mandalorian, we're gonna have a lot of answers. You know, I think we're gonna have the story is gonna evolve. I like the fact that when we saw episode 5 of the Book of Boba Fett, we just saw Din Djarin by himself with no Grogu, and look how badass he was in that episode. So that will give you an idea of how he's gonna, you know, how he's gonna be in season 3. So I guess time will tell. I know people don't like the fact that they want to see Mace because, you know, if he's dead, he's dead. But, you know, technically, if the Emperor was able to survive,
well, why are you watching the
not
Book of Boba Fett? He was dead too.
Exactly. He you know, survived. But you see, it's believable. You know, like because he's wearing a Beskar armor, so it's possible that he survived. Whatever.
I mean, why'd you watch Rebels and Clone Wars? Because Darth Maul was cut in half. Yeah. I understand it, and I think I understand it, and I understand it. And I sympathize with it, and I kind of agree with them. I'd rather not see it. But my point is, they're not going to stop. It has nothing to even do with Kathleen Kennedy. They were doing this with Lucas. Filoni did it. He brought him in. He was in Clone Wars. He said, these people are dead. I just feel like Mace makes more sense to me. And so I think that the whole idea that they're going to magically stop doing this, it's something that's annoyed me as well. I just don't see any scenario, Kathleen Kennedy or not, where that stops, especially with George Lucas really wanting characters like Darth Maul back. And I get it. That's going to be very controversial when it happens. And I sympathize with that. But I really do think it's going to happen because I think it's what he wants. And I think we got to recognize the history of it. And I think we'd like to put a lot of blame on Kathleen Kennedy and J.J. Abrams, but it was happening way before those people came in. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. If they do anything, they need to do it right. But let me pull this up on the screen. We're going to do real quick. It's a possibles. And I'm going to go with Desy. Desy the man. Is it possible we're going to see this character next week? Either scouted by Din Djarin or Boba Fett.
You would think so. I hope so. They got to bring him back. I'm sure the actor's up for it. You know, now would be a good time. If you want to hire muscle, this guy's a good gunslinger. He might be skinny. He's a good gunslinger. You know, he was a town sheriff.
He's quick. He's quick.
Yeah. No, he's real fast. He's got to be.
He's the marshal.
Yeah,
he's the marshal in Deadwood. He's the freaking marshal in the other show, which is epic.
Yep. He's a great actor, and he's been in awesome shows. He's a good shot. All right, so absolutely. I think we'll see him. If we don't see him in 6 or 7, we'll see him in Mando, in season 3. I don't think it was just a one shot,
Fabio, do we see this character next 2 episodes? 1 at all?
100%. At some point, 100%.
Dante.
Yes.
You're supposed to say,
99.9%. I don't want to say 100% like Fabio.
So you're giving yourself the little 1% there.
To be wrong as usual. Unbelievable.
To be wrong, Here, let me pour you one, Dante. You need one. Or are you saying that as this, Dante?
They call him the Wizard.
The Wizard.
Go get your diarrhea, your Pepto-Bismol, whatever the heck it is. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, I'm going to throw some up here, and I'm going to ask you guys. I have a theory. I'm going to go to Desy. Desy, I got to bring this up as we're getting to the last midnight hour here of the show. Is it possible, next episode or the last one, we see this character? What say you?
I would be disappointed if we didn't. I mean, they've already got the suit, right? The prosthetics, because we saw several of them in the last few episodes and all the episodes, I think. So, come on, how do you not get this guy on screen?
I'd be so pissed. I would take all the coffee that I spilled, and I would step on it, and then I would package it in some flex. I would mail it to them. No, just kidding.
Even if it's for a cameo.
So bad.
Something to just say, hey, we good? Yeah, we're good. Okay.
And they're showing all these Tradoshians. I mean, so they're kind of like they're like dangling it.
Yeah.
Fabio, we see Bosk or we don't see Bosk?
We already saw his tribe, his people, what are they, Trandoshans or whatever, and so he's 100% coming. 100%.
99%.
All right. Is that from you or are
no.
you this?
They call him the Wizard.
No, that was
That's right, Fabio. You were the wizard.
Correct.
Fabio, you were the wizard.
That was 100% me, diarrhea free.
Smoke.
That's right. I don't smoke. That was the wizard. Unbelievable. This guy. Somebody help him, please.
99%. This is happening.
99%.
1,000%.
All right. I'm going to pull one up that might throw you all for a loop, but to me, it's very logical, and I actually hope we see this character because they need to promote this character. They need to promote a show that this character is going to be starring in, and it makes sense to me in his fast little debut Starfighter that he is going to go see this character and ask for muscle and help. Is it possible, Dante, that we're going to see Carl Weathers?
1,000%.
He dies.
If he dies, he dies. 1,000%. This is gonna happen. 100%.
I would spill my coffee if we get to see Grief Karga in the Book of Boba Fett. Desy.
No, I say no. It's not going to happen. I don't see a reason. I don't see a reason for him going to. He'll come up with some excuse like, "No, I'm busy here." I doubt it. It'd be cool if he wasn't there. I love Carl Weathers, but no.
So, Desy, is that coming from you or this?
They call him the Wizard.
I can't even tell anymore. I don't know. It was an experience, I'll tell you that.
All right. So listen, that's the responses here. I just making sure. I don't know if you're actually the wizard or if you're yourself. Fabio, we're gonna see Grief Karga or not?
I don't think so.
And he says no.
Nope.
All right. I'm gonna go to the last one. If we're going to see this character, even if we see any part of this character to close this up, if I could actually find it, is it possible, Dante?
Windu? Mace Windu, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, Boba Fett.
No, Boba Fett. Maybe he won't. He wasn't in last week's episode. Maybe he's not gonna. Maybe he's not gonna be Because maybe nobody knows who he is.
I'm Boba Fett. I'm here to see the mayor.
Boba Fett. Do you have an appointment?
I mean, nobody knows him, so maybe
You
he
have an
won't be in it.
appointment? You have an appointment, Boba Fett? My name is Boba Fett. Oh, you have an appointment? What's your last name, sir?
Boba Fett.
100%. 100%. But this is the catch. If this happens, right? If this guy is shown, I think we're gonna see both versions. We're gonna see the prequels and we're gonna see the new version.
All right. Lastly, Dante will stay with you. This is the last question.
You tell the guys.
No. This is got making a new last
Ignore
question.
them. Yeah, ignore them. Ignore them.
I'm going to go to you first. Is it possible that none of the characters I put up we see at all? We don't see Mace. We don't see Han. We don't see Chewbacca. We don't see Cobb Vanth. We don't see Luke. We don't see Grogu. We don't see none of them. Is it possible?
Yeah.
Desy, is it possible?
99%. Go with Dante's answer. Price is right.
So all this for nothing. Pretty
No
much.
boss, no nothing. Okay.
No.
Wow, we're gonna see Grogu.
No, we're definitely going to see something.
Yeah,
we
we're
have
gonna
to
see
see
something.
something.
I think out of all the pictures that you show, I will say maybe like 1%. Let's go. No, maybe I will say
Go
probably
get your
maybe
X-Lax,
like 50,
baby.
50%. Fake news.
Oh man.
Oh my God, this was absolutely just too fun. And it's 9:30. So listen, this is live and raw with the Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington, and I'm serving up all the Star Wars Hot Toys talk. And I'm out of coffee. I've got a half a cup left, and it's going to this guy right here.
You got
All right, Fabio, what's going on your channel without any interruption from Dante saying any little sting there when you talk?
Yeah, can we block him real quick? No. So like usual, I have my part 3 of my collection tour up if you guys want to check it out. And I have, as you can see behind me, I got some unboxings to do. Those are coming soon, and that's it.
Awesome. Make sure you check out Fabio from Fab's Figures. I have the link in the video description below. It's been awesome having on here and great analysis with you today, buddy.
Yes,
on a lot of the market value chart stuff. So excellent. I
trained him well.
Yes, you trained him well. Dante, the maestro. What is going on in the Man of Hot Collectibles? Come on.
Well, right now, tomorrow we're gonna have the Between Collectors show, so stay tuned for that. We're gonna have a lot of people on the panel, so stay tuned. 7:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, just because there's a soccer game at 9, so I need to watch that. And then Friday we're gonna have another live stream at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And also, if you want to become a member of the channel, we have a show called what was the name of the show again? Friends with Figures? Oh no, Figures with Friends.
You don't even know your show?
The name
Is
of my
Fabio
own
your
shows.
friend?
No, yeah. So no, but let me tell you, Aries, we had a really good time yesterday talking about this, and it was really fun. And I think, if you guys are members, you're gonna enjoy the show. So we're gonna have that. Episode 2 is coming this Sunday. We're gonna have a live stream for members only very soon as well. So I'm trying to gather the team together. So stay tuned for that. And it is very likely that the show that I have right now on the membership, we might have another version for everyone. Not exactly the same because it has to be some exclusivity for the members, but I'm working on something for you guys as well if you're not a member. So check it out. Stay tuned. Thank you guys thank you, Aries, again. Nice to see everyone on the chat, and that's all I have.
This was a lot of fun. And before we get to Desy and what's going on there, I also just want to point out I'm actually going to go to me real quick. So remember, I also have a membership. If you would like some heightened thoughts, some expanded analysis on a lot of the market stuff and a lot of my Star Wars insight, you may want to consider becoming a Cantina Insider. Now, all you got to do is go to sixscalecantina.com. You see that little teal banner where it says Cantina Insider there, and there's some samples of the of banners. So you could say here, I have live shows, Insiders Live, and Dante, you were on that with me yesterday evening, and that was actually like an hour and 20-minute live show with just the members.
Yeah, and it was fun. First time you did it, so when I do mine, I know what to do. So it was actually pretty good. No, I'm serious.
Yeah, we'll be doing that.
It was good.
It was fun. It was fun.
Always copying me. Unbelievable.
And look, I'm going to do all my future unboxings and heightened analysis live there. So if that's something that interests you, you may want to consider. Yep.
Sorry, I want to interrupt. And also have a website called Six Can Botica. So I'm just kidding. Could you imagine like copy and paste?
and well, look at this last batter here. We'll forget about Grogu and the NWO. What's that all about? The Wizard hosts a show. You see, holy smokes, baby. I mean, I'm sitting there with Felicity Jones. Doesn't it look like Felicity Jones is looking over my shoulder? That's called a segment I have, Crazy Unboxings with Aries Terrigen. So you may want to consider doing it. If any of that stuff interests you, just hit the little join button in the channel. You see everything that it comes with. If it interests you, you may want to consider joining. And yes, I know you put this twice, Kevin Collectibles. So I'm going to put this up. I've heard the rumor too about Billy Lord will appear at Princess Leia in the future in a Star Wars show. Is it possible that could happen here? You have to wonder, but it's absolutely, I heard that as well, and I think it'd be apropos for her daughter to do that. So that would be awesome. But look, last but not least, Desy, Metamorphic Customs. I'm glad you're feeling okay. You know, the Hot Toys Wizard interrupted the show, had your likeness. You came on. You were a little queasy, a little dizzy, but you seem to recover well.
Yeah, as long as you welcome the wizard in, everything will be fine. You know, you just go to the bathroom once or twice and you're good after that.
Yeah, you can't fight it. You gotta let him take over.
You can't fight it. He's too strong. He's too strong. But Aries, thank you for having me on. Really appreciate it. It's always an honor. And on my channel, I've got a video dropping tomorrow, just a quick technique and tutorial on how to do a marbling effect. You can do it on any surface or even on your figures if you want to customize them. So that comes tomorrow. Filming my next episode, which is Fabio's base, which I'm working on right now. I'm going to do it right now once we finish. And just thank you, everyone, for taking a look. And don't forget to subscribe to everyone here as well. So very important.
Yeah, and still over 100 in here. We're going through all the ending stuff. Listen, please subscribe to Six Scale Cantina. If you haven't done so already, just hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Did you hit the like button, baby? Look, I can tell you that Grogu hit the like button. He should with all the coffee I'm giving him for free. So listen, I will be. What's going on at Six Scale Cantina? You know what's going on. I am live and raw every Monday. And is it possible I will be live this coming Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern with the Aries Terrigen show? And I say yes. So catch me this Wednesday. I'll be back 6 p.m. Eastern live, baby. And look, I will have seen the next chapter 6 of the Book of Boba Fett. So I'll keep it spoiler free, but you have to wonder if I'm going to be spilling my coffee. You have to wonder what my banner is going to look like on Wednesday afternoon. Absolutely do not miss that show for sure. And then, of course, the big show, the big enchilada this coming Saturday at regular time, regular station. The Market Show live this coming Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern, so you don't want to miss that. And as always, as we close, I don't always buy coffee out. But when I do, I buy from Six Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.